oh my God, is this the end of my life? Your whole life start flashing before your eyes, like, cause I'm thinking I'm about to die. Like, what's going on? Why is this happening? What's up, guys? This is Monique and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by, but don't just be a stranger. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button and join the family, because here we go everywhere in life together and all we do is win. I'm gonna just get right into it. As you see by the title, I was recently rushed to the emergency room and I was given a diagnosis. I still to this day don't truly feel like that's what it is. Like, I feel like it's something else going on or something more behind it. Not necessarily like a bad thing, but something going on. So let's get into this story time. Just a typical day, you know. I had just finished furnishing my new home. I spent about a month doing that, so I was just in and out the house a lot, like just running from here to there, everywhere, me and my mom. And I was getting ready to record my house tour, because that's what I was getting it together for, to show you guys that. If you haven't seen the house tour, make sure you check it out here. So the day before that comes, you know, I'm just doing any last final touches. Me and my mom were getting ready to go out. I get into the car and I'm driving on the interstate. I was going probably 80 miles an hour. I shouldn't say that on here because I might get a ticket. And all of a sudden, I get this like dizzy feeling. So when I'm driving, I'm you know how you drive and you just chilling, you just lay back, you kind of like, you know, you got that little hand up on the wheel, you got the music playing, you just vibing, right? And then that happens and my head kind of like it buckled. At that point, I'm just getting I grab myself. You know how you up on the wheel, you know how like them grandmas sit on top of the wheel when they driving and stuff. I'm like that at that time, because I'm not playing. I'm like, what is going on? Start freaking out. Don't feel my arms at all. Like, it start tingling and stuff. My whole face, like my lips tingling. But at that point, I was getting a panic attack. I'm freaking out. I'm like, Monique, get it together, get it together. Like, because I'm thinking I'm about to die. Like, what's going on? Why is this happening? Like, why do I get this little crazy feeling? Oh my God, is this the end of my life? Your whole life start flashing before your eyes. Like, I didn't even get to make all those multi-millions that I feel like I wanted to make. Lord, forgive me for all my sins. Like, you know how you freaking out, okay? Like, I'm on the road just really freaking out, all right? But then I come to myself, I'm like, all right, Monique, like, you tripping right now, you panicking, like you're going crazy, girl. Like, get it together, come on, let's get it together. So I'm taking some deep breaths in and out, you know, walking myself through, calming down while I'm still on the road, yo. I'm still driving, tripping. So I was like, you know what, maybe I need to pull over. But right before I was about to do that, I start calming down. I felt myself starting to get it together, all right? And I call my husband. I tell him what's going on. You know, that's my Superman, all right? He wants to save the day. Anytime his wife is in distress or have anything going on. And then he was like, he know I have been running a lot lately. I've been doing so much, trying to get this house in order, trying to do so many things. He's like, maybe you're just dehydrated. Because I hadn't been drinking a lot of fluids like I was supposed to be. I'm like, you know what, baby? You a smart man. You a smart man. Maybe you're right. So I knew the exit was coming up. I'm like, I think I can make it to this exit. He like, all right, stay on the phone with me. Do not hang up. So I drive to the exit. He like, go to that gas station, get some water, see if maybe they help you. So I'm sitting in the gas station parking lot with my husband on the phone. I'm drinking some water and I start feeling better. I'm like, okay, baby, you know what? You the man. So I'm pulling out the gas station and it happens again. Like, my head buckled like that. And I don't know if like my eyes closed. You know how like in those moments you don't really know what's truly going on, but you know what you feel. So my head kind of buckled like it was going down again. And I started panicking again. This was before I even got on the interstate. I'm like, baby, I'm about to go to this hospital that's right up this road. Now, I didn't want to go to that hospital because I'm not going to even mention what hospital it was, because I knew that it was going to take a while. I just didn't like the service at said hospital. So, but the way I felt, you know, like when you're in the emergency, you're going to go wherever you have to go, you know, and just pray for the best. And I don't know why I didn't pull up. I could have called 911. I could have called a lot, but I was so afraid, you know, like when you in those moments, it's easy to be on the outside looking in saying this is what you should have done, this is what you could have done. But like when you freaking out in those moments, you just like, I don't want to waste no time. Because I felt like if I pulled over, I waited for an ambulance to get there, I'm in a car by myself. What if something happened? What if I faint and I need CPR and nobody's right there to help me? So I wanted to take into my hands and do all I could to try to get to the hospital to get help, you know. And my husband stayed on the phone. At this point, he's like in the car driving to me. So we get to the hospital. It's so many people in there. It's a lot going. It was just like hectic, crazy. So the man who was like doing my intake information, like in the middle of him talking to me, he stops because they call him and they say, oh, we need you for such and such. Like there was another patient. He had to stop dealing with me to go deal with another patient that was coming in. He's like, I'm so sorry, we so behind. I'm like, this is why I didn't want to come here, you know, because I knew it was going to be all that crazy foolishness. But I'm like, all right, you know what, go ahead on, because maybe it's something more serious going on. If you could save a life, you know, I don't want to get in the way of that. So I'm still sitting there a couple of hours after they came, had never seen the nurse. Like I told you, it was so busy there. That's why I didn't want to go. So nobody came at that point. I'm like, you know what, I feel so much better, baby. Let's get out of here. Like, I don't want to spend no more time up in this place. So we end up telling them, like, you know what, I'm ready to leave. Like, I can't do it no more. And they made me sign something called an AMA, which is against medical advice, meaning they wanted me to stay, get the blood work done and all that before I leave, but I'm choosing to leave instead. So I signed, I'm like, all right, cool. So, you know, I get home. The weekend, I did all right. Didn't really have no problems, but I didn't have to drive either. And it felt like this was happening every time I drove only. So my husband took good care of me. He fed me. He cooked for me. He just like, I was like, dang. I mean, I hate to say that I don't want nothing bad to happen to me, but Lord, every now and then I'ma just go ahead on and kick up my feet to my baby, I don't feel good, get this little pamper treatment. Now he treat me good all the time, but this was some the extra, you know, like extra care. Monday come, I need to go run an errand or whatever. So I get in the car, I'm like, you know what? It's right around the corner, I should be fine. This was my first time driving by myself since this situation happened. But I got dizzy again, and it felt like it was kind of like motion sickness. I never experienced that before in my life, okay? So I was assuming, well, maybe this is what motion sickness feels like, but it was just such a abrupt symptom that just came on out of nowhere that I was worried. So you know what, at this point I'm like, I'm gonna just go to the hospital. I'm going to just check myself in. It does not matter how long it takes for me to be seen, but I was going to the hospital I wanted to go to initially, the first time. I get there, and 30 minutes upon me arriving, they call me to the back. They triaging me. They taking all my information. They checking my vitals and everything. They called the doctor into the triage room. He checking me out in there, and he you know, checking out my eyes and stuff. Every time I look left and look right, eye pain. Every time I looked up at him, I got dizzy. So I was like, what's going on? And then when I was looking straight, my eye was jumping a little bit. So they ordered EKG, check me out. EKG was fine. So he put me in a room. He like, all right, we're going to start an IV on you. We're going to give you some fluids. We're going to check your blood sugar level. We're going to run some blood work on you. I told him that I had just had a miscarriage and lost a lot of blood. So they wanted to make sure I wasn't anemic, wasn't dehydrated. You know, the whole nine that they rule out everything. So nurse came in at a start an IV on me. And I had to take a moment of silence for the nurse because she was just blowing veins left and right. I still have this big bruise here. If you can see that bad boy. Yeah, it's much better now. It was bigger. It was greener. I had 2 areas because she couldn't get them in. She was like, I don't stick more than twice. She had to call somebody else. Like, yeah, call them because I wasn't going to let you stick more than twice, all right? And then she was having problems with checking my blood sugar, too. She was very nice. She was amazing. Like, really, really sweet nurse. But she was just having a few complications, all right? She was trying to check my blood sugar. She had to go get, like, 3-4 different needles. It wasn't working. It was breaking. I don't know what was going on with baby girl. But anyway, check my blood sugar. It was, like, 88, which is good. So, you know, everything was checking out. I'm like, man, what's going on with me? Like, why am I feeling like this? I'm just like so sad, so down at this point because I'm like, I mean, what's going on, you know? And so they gave me some medicine for nausea because I was feeling nauseous too. They gave me some other medicine for that dizzy feeling. They hung up some fluids. They drew my blood. Everything came back normal. So I'm like, everything is normal. Like, what's going on? He diagnosed me with vertigo. And what vertigo is that little like woozy, loss of balance type of feeling that you get. So I'm like, okay, I've never had this before. You know, so I was just a little worried. You know, when people tell you stuff about yourself, you always overanalyzing stuff. Like, always, as humans, sometimes we always tend to think the worst. So I'm like, what if it's something more that's going on? You know, but anyway, he also referred me to a neurologist just so they can make sure it's nothing more. Now, another thing, I have an astigmatism, so I don't receive light well. And I was supposed to wear glasses for this, but I did not. And yeah, so I ended up going to the eye doctor. They checked my eyes out because I was like, let me just make sure it's nothing with the eyes too. And she said, usually if you have those type of symptoms, it's not the eyes. Your eyes are trying to compensate, so that's why you're kind of feeling moving and doing strange things when you lose your balance, but it's not the eye, it's another source. So she checked that, everything was fine, and she did say I still had the astigmatism, so of course they got me some glasses. Now this time I'm gonna wear my glasses, y'all. So whenever I get them, I ask them to mail it because I went to a doctor that was kind of far away from me. So when I get them, I'm going to do a whole video of me unboxing my new glasses. So yeah, so that'll be coming soon. I'm gonna share that with you guys. But I also have a neurology appointment. If they find anything perfectly, they won't perfectly. It was really the vertigo, and it'll all go away soon. I'm going to definitely update you guys and let you know what's going on with me. I like to share this because somebody out there may be going through something similar. I always tell y'all this. And I like to, you know, have my life as an open book because it may help you. Something I say may, you know, you may have experienced, and then you could drop it down in the comments and be like, well, you know, Monique, I did have that before. I did feel that way. It did go away in such and such time. You know, you could try this and that, and like we could work together and help each other out. You know, that's why I do these things. And another thing I'm going to be working on is my health. Again, this has just been a battle. Okay, I lost 60 pounds. Y'all know that from like my second video I ever put on the channel was my weight loss journey, losing those 60 pounds. Yeah, I gained them all back, but it's just so hard, and it's all the mind. If you could get your mind on board, boy, you could do anything in this world you want. And like getting my mind back there to losing weight has been such a challenge. But I tell you one thing, when I lost that weight, I felt at my best. Like I felt like I had so much energy. Like I just felt different. I mean, I felt like I could do more, and I don't want to, like, I want to get that back. And no matter how educated you are, because I do have a degree in medicine. Okay, I have a master's degree in it actually. And no matter how educated you are in a thing, it's just hard. You know, you can know that you shouldn't do this, you know, but it's a challenge. You know, it is. Sometimes it's an addiction. For me, like, I'm an emotional eater. When I'm stressed and stuff, I eat. So, like, I have some stuff that I have to deal with. And me and my husband have been doing it. Like, the thing is, you just got to put one foot before another. Like, you got to keep doing it. Every time you fall, get up. Never stop getting up. Never stop trying, you know, because that's when you fail, when you don't try. It's not the actual getting it wrong that's failing, it's giving up that's failing. So that's why I'm just continuing to push, and eventually one day it gotta break. Because guess what? Persistent, you keep hitting the thing, eventually you gonna knock it out, all right? So that's what I'm doing. That's what my husband's doing. And we want you guys just to be in this and a part of this with us. We're going to do this together. Because what? Again, all we do is win. And we win together. That's pretty much all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really enjoy spending time with you guys. If there's anything else that you would like to see from me and the hubby, drop it down in the comments below. We bringing y'all this content non-stop. All right? All right. So that's it, and until next time, peace.